In the little village of Brightwood, everything was full of color. Lila loved to draw rainbows and paint flowers in her notebook. She wore a yellow star necklace that her grandmother had given her. One morning, Lila woke up and noticed the sky was gray. The red roses were gray, and the blue river was gray too. Something had stolen all the colors. The villagers were sad and scared. Lila hugged her grandmother and said, "I'll find the colors and bring them back." She packed her notebook and a snack. Lila walked to the edge of the village. A whisper told her the shadow spinner had taken the colors to his castle on Gray Mountain. She wasn't afraid, she was curious. The first stop was the Whispering Woods. The trees whispered secrets, but Lila couldn't understand them. She pulled out her notebook and wrote down the sounds. A tiny glowworm named Wisp wiggled out from a leaf. "I can guide you through the woods," he said. His light was like a tiny star in the gray. Wisp led Lila to a giant tree with a riddle carved into the bark. What has a face but no eyes? A bed but never sleeps, Lila thought hard. She remembered her grandmother's riddle book. "A river," she shouted. The tree's roots moved aside, revealing a path. Wisp glowed brighter with pride. They reached the Silver River, which was now dull and gray. A cloud fox named Drift tumbled down from the sky, sneezing sparkles. "I'm lost," he said. Lila helped Drift up. "We're going to Gray Mountain to save the colors. Want to come?" Drift wagged his cloudy tail and agreed. Together they crossed the river. On the other side, the forest became dark and spooky. Shadows moved like snakes. Lila held up her star necklace, and it glowed softly, pushing the shadows back. A giant spider web blocked the path. "Don't worry," said Drift, pouncing on the web. But his fluffy paws got stuck. Lila laughed and gently untangled him. Wisp shone his light on a small door in the tree. "This is a shortcut," he said. But the door had a pattern of missing stars. Lila drew the stars with her finger. The door creaked open. Inside was a tunnel of glowing roots. They walked until they saw the bottom of Gray Mountain, steep and rocky. The climb was hard. Lila used her notebook to draw a map. Drift floated up to check the path, but he slipped on a loose rock. Lila caught him with her scarf. Halfway up, a shadowy bird swooped down. "The shadow spinner has seen you," it screeched. Lila remembered that shadows can't stand laughter. She told a funny joke. Wisp and Drift giggled, and the shadow bird shrank into a puff of smoke. "You're brilliant," said Wisp. Lila smiled and wrote the joke in her notebook. At the top, they saw the gloomy castle. Its walls were made of black stone, and the windows were dark. Lila's star necklace flickered, sensing the colors inside. The castle gate was locked with a giant puzzle. It had colored tiles that were all gray. Lila touched each tile gently, and they turned back to their true colors. Green, red, blue, yellow. The gate opened with a cheerful ding. Inside, the hallway was filled with cobwebs. A quiet cackle echoed from the tower. They crept up the winding stairs. On each step, a riddle was written. Lila solved them all, using her notebook and clever thinking. Drift carried Wisp on his head. The last step had a riddle. "What grows when you share it?" "Happiness," Lila replied. The door swung open, and there were the jars, hundreds of them, full of color. But the shadow spinner was there too. He was tall, with a tattered purple cloak and a grin. "So you found my treasure," he cackled. "But you can't take it." Lila felt scared, but she stood tall. Why did you steal the colors? She asked. The shadow spinner's face drooped. Because nobody played with me, he whispered. Lila felt sorry for him. She took off her star necklace and held it out. This is a gift from my grandmother. It shines when you're kind. You can have it. The shadow spinner stared at the necklace. His eyes grew soft. You would share with me. He touched the star, and it glowed brightly. The colors in the jars began to swirl and dance. The shadow spinner laughed, not a cackle, but a happy laugh. I think I remember how to be good, he said. He opened the jars one by one. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. All the colors flew out like birds. They filled the castle with light and warmth. Lila, Wisp, and Drift cheered. The shadow spinner smiled and said, I was wrong to take them. Please take the colors home. He gave Lila back her necklace. The castle crumbled into a rainbow of dust. The gray mountain turned into a green hill with flowers. Lila felt the colors flow back into the world. They hurried back to Brightwood, riding on a cloud Drift made. Wisp glowed like a little comet. The forests and rivers were colorful again. When they reached the village, everyone ran out to hug Lila. The grandmother's eyes filled with tears of joy. You are a true hero, she said. Lila introduced Wisp and Drift. The villagers gave them a feast with rainbows on the cake. The shadow spinner even sent a letter saying he was sorry. Lila wrote in her notebook, Courage is not about being big. It's about being kind and clever. She pinned the star necklace over her heart. Wisp decided to stay in the Whispering Woods, but he visits every night. Drift stayed in the village, chasing birds and making everyone laugh. Brightwood was brighter than before. The flowers grew taller, and the river sang. Lila knew that colors are best when they are shared. One evening, the grandmother told Lila, the star necklace shines because of you. It always will. Lila hugged her and smiled. Before bed, Lila drew a picture of the shadow spinner laughing. She added a note, Everyone can change. She put it in her special drawer. The next morning, a new color appeared in the sky, a soft lavender. Lila knew it was a gift from the shadow spinner. She waved at the mountain. And so, Lila the brave, the clever, the kind, lived happily in her colorful world. Every adventure started with a question, and every question led to joy.